Hey y'all, I'm just so excited. We finally got spring water plumbed to the tiny house. My parents were here this weekend. My mom watched the dog, and me and my dad just went to town working on getting the final plumbing hooked up. Since we bought this property, there has been a spring on the property. It was meant to feed the tiny house, but none of that was working. So over the course of several weeks, I dug up the spring, re-engineered the dam system and collection system, re-engineered a natural filtration system, and then my dad got here and we finished all the plumbing this weekend to the tiny house. So take a look at this video, kind of explains what went on, and I hope you enjoy. So here I am digging out the old spring. This was a lot of digging. My phone actually filled to capacity with footage of just me digging over the course of several weeks. I finally found the spring head, and this is what it looked like once I found it. The spring head is actually in the back there. This is the dam that I built. Then I surrounded it in rocks for some support. Then I put pea gravel in the back and bigger rocks up front as a filtration system. I covered it all with this pond liner, and then I sealed up the pond liner and then filled a bunch of dirt over top of it. Alright, so we're up here at the spring. This is the spring head here. I put a little stem pipe right there so that I can shock the spring. Underneath here is a bunch of rocks that are filtering the water coming in. I have an outlet here. This here is an overflow. If this inlet gets blocked here and the dam fills up completely, it'll flow out there rather than blowing out my dam. And then it goes downhill to that spring box there. Okay, so here's the spring box. Wow, look how clean that is. In the spring box, it comes in right here. You can see it dripping in. It goes in through this pipe. There's little tiny holes in this pipe that allow it out. And if it were to ever fill up, it would go out here, which is just an overflow. So all the idea is that the water comes in, any little bit of sediment will sit in the bottom, and only clean water can go through these. There you go, you can kind of see those holes there. And out the pipe. Goes downhill to the tiny house. Alright, so the water comes in this pipe here, goes into this tank here. It'll go through these pipes to this pump. This here's a pressure tank. So once the pump kicks on, it'll fill this with pressure. There's a diaphragm in there, air on top, water on the bottom. So when it fills with water, it creates a pressure difference. So that pressure difference is what pressurizes the water into the house. And then we got it tied into the house line right here. And so now the tiny house is plumbed completely off of spring water. 100% free and natural. And JJ's up here helping me out with the spring. Oh, good boy, buddy.